Behind the seemingly inconspicuous cityscape lies a shadowy industry.
Very bad things happen there in those camps.
Kalau nggak capai target, biasanya ya itulah bang, ya lebih buruk dari hewan dibuat bang.
我非常开心，我终于可以逃离这个地狱。
The shadowy border town of Shrekoko in Myanmar is a major player in Asia's multi-billion-dollar scam industry. Shrekoko is just one part of a growing scam center network that has taken root in a corner of Southeast Asia long known as a hotbed for violence, vice, and criminality.
It has a long, notorious history as a border town that's associated with trafficking of people, drugs, wildlife, all kinds of things.
But who is behind the rapid rise of the industry known as pig butchering because of the way scammers draw in victims like fattening a pig before slaughter?
Chinese organized crime had a lot of presence in Southeast Asia for many years.
And how did some of China's most notorious crime figures gain a foothold in the region? The story of Shrekoko begins with this man. She Zhijiang is a Chinese national with a long history in Southeast Asia. The entrepreneur, who also goes by the name of She Kailun, previously ran online casinos in the Philippines and in Cambodia, where he took up Cambodian citizenship. It was these online gaming sites that landed him in hot water. In 2022, authorities in Beijing charged She with running an illegal casino.
佘志江涉嫌开设赌场犯罪，事实清楚，证据确凿。国际刑警组织已对其发布了红色通报。
She then fled a Beijing-backed crackdown on online gaming in Cambodia to a part of Southeast Asia that was seemingly beyond the reach of Chinese authorities, Myanmar. There, he began building what was promised to be a high-tech city in a remote corner of Myanmar's Cayenne state. She called the project Yatai New City.
Their deal was to essentially create a new town, sort of manicured place of condos, entertainment complexes, and casinos along a river, mainly for Chinese investors, but with an aim of within 5-10 years uplifting the area on the surface just for sort of great economic renewal of a sort of rural backwater in Myanmar.
And if you look at the satellite imagery of the area from 2017, around that time, you will see that there is nothing that sets it apart from other small towns in Myanmar in the region. The thing is that after 2017, things started to change. So if you look at the landscape right now, you will find that it's a completely different place, almost unrecognizable.
She quickly positioned himself at the center of this deal.
He appears as this sort of frontman, sort of flamboyant, sort of handsome, charismatic figure from what we can see from the Yatai Group's own PR and some of the things the Myanmar government put around. He's out at the front, constantly shaking hands with people. Coming across very much as a sort of benevolent tycoon. He had been wanted by Chinese authorities by this point already for several years, it appears. He has a sort of shadowy background, which seems to emerge from the Philippines in illegal online gaming, targeting Chinese mainland customers, where, of course, gambling is completely illegal.
She was arrested in Thailand in 2022. Today, he sits in a Thai detention center where he continues to fight extradition to mainland China. According to a report by the non-profit organization U.S. Institute of Peace, She is believed to have two business partners, Ma Dongli and Zhong Baojia. Zhong is said to hold several business positions in Hainan and Henan provinces. Back in Shrekoko, an underground industry continued to evolve.
It was originally presented as a smart city, but it was very clear quite soon that the smart city was actually hosting this kind of online gambling operations, and it had become a scam hub, one of many scam hubs all over the region.
She and his accomplices are just one part of the gang's network. Criminal syndicates have set up scam compounds throughout Southeast Asia's Golden Triangle. Authorities suspect hundreds of thousands of people have been trafficked into Myanmar and forced to work in the centers. Victims came from as far away as Africa and South Asia, but the majority were lured to Southeast Asia from mainland China. Some of the Chinese who escaped reported a troubling fact, that many of those running the scam centers appeared to be their countrymen.
We can definitely say that actors from mainland China are dominant in this kind of industry. Actually, we know quite a few names. It's not such a secret. I think these people, they don't really live under the radar.
This man, Wan Kok Koi, reportedly runs his own scam center in Shrekoko. More commonly known as Broken Tooth, Wan is a former boss of the 14K triad group in Macau, who relocated to Southeast Asia after serving a lengthy prison term. Broken Tooth is also reportedly linked to KK Park, another notorious scam center in Myanmar that has become a base of operations for Chinese criminal groups that fled a crackdown in the seaside Cambodian city of Sihanoukville. In Koh Kang, a region along the Chinese border in Myanmar's Shan state, 4 local ethnic Chinese families were reportedly involved in a host of illegal activities, including human trafficking and pig butchering scams. Members of 3 of the 4 largest crime families were arrested and extradited to China following a massacre at a scam center run by Ming Xuechang. Ming reportedly killed himself while in police custody, but 23 other members of his family are currently standing trial in China. In nearby Laos, the Golden Triangle Special Economic Zone has also been linked to scam center operations. The region is run by Zhao Wei, a Chinese businessman accused of running a criminal empire from the border zone.
Chinese organized crime had a lot of presence in Southeast Asia for many years through the triads and also the diaspora networks as the wealthy people and powerful elites in the local area to provide them some sort of protection. This is particularly crucial because these operators of scam centers, they are not originally from those countries. They're originally from China. So without this protective umbrella, they can't survive in the foreign countries.
The impact of this Chinese-dominated scam network is spreading across the world. For years, Beijing had been pressing neighboring countries to crack down on these gangs. In 2019, it opened a police office in Cambodia to investigate Chinese organized crime. It also issued public rewards for some of China's most wanted crime bosses. In Thailand, Bangkok signed a deal with Beijing to cooperate in combating scam centers in neighboring Myanmar. In the months that followed, Thai authorities cut cross-border power supplies to Shrekoko and KK Park and helped repatriate more than 8,000 trafficking victims. But can this crackdown root out criminal groups that have become entrenched in some parts of Southeast Asia?
But it is very important to remember that this kind of periodic crackdowns alone are not enough to eradicate this kind of industry. You need to have longer-term measures that address the root causes of the industry. Otherwise, whenever you have, the pressure, yes, they move, but the infrastructure is still there, the protection is still there, the networks are still there. So the moment that tension comes less, they just come back.
To learn how Chinese organized crime syndicates have operated with impunity in some corners of Southeast Asia, watch this video next.